just want to point out a few things that I've been working on. First I want to point out is the 10 trees in a row here that I made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a small one is 10. I'm going to try to make 4 a day until I get this area filled up over here. I just put my temporary backdrop of blue sky in. Clouds are going to go on that. We turn the camera over here. I'm going to curve this blue sky in the back over here in this corner so it doesn't have this square effect over here. And then there's going to be a few more trees coming around here. Let's go to the metal fab building and I'll show you what I did here. The building moves, as you can see. This is just a little decking where there's going to be steps that go up, and then around the corner you can get to there's 2 office doors here, and then the garage doors are here. And like I said, I'm going to put a couple little steps going up to this deck. Okay, the blacktop's not totally finished yet. There's going to be some potholes, but not that many. This is just a rough section. Here's my roads that I've been doing. That's made out of trimmed blue foam, same as the base, but I trimmed and shaved that down to fit to have a crest of the road. So let me get back here and I can show you where the road crest. You can see it's lower on the sides and then it comes up and then goes back down. That's prototypical for roads, at least in upstate New York, because they want the drainage to go off to the side. Usually there's a drainage ditch or sewers that have manhole covers. So there'll be a few manhole covers in some of the roads that have the drains, and the ones that don't have the drains will have drainage ditches, and then they'll lead away from where the water is, and wherever there's a drainage ditch there's going to be a culvert. This section right here is going to be changed coming from here out. It's too tight right here, and I wanted to add a siding. And so what I'm going to do here is just have this extend out a little bit straighter. Let me get this piece of track so you can see what I'm going to do. This track will come out straight, and then we're going to put it's going to end about right here, and then we're going to put a switch in, and that's going to connect to this section right here. So it's going to eliminate this tight corner right here that I have. So there'll be a straight piece to here, and then a switch, and then the curve's going to go gradually going to meet this section right here. So it's just going to tuck it in there, and then the siding will go out this way, and that'll be for parking and something on, or pulling out an empty car, putting the loaded car in, and then switching. Okay, I'm going to try to explain this a little better than what I just did. Okay, this spot has to get changed right here. There's going to be a straight piece to right about here. It's going to slightly curve, and then there's going to be a switch, and the switch is going to lead off into this spot, and so it's going to be a left-hand switch, and the siding will go out this way, so I'll have room to pull out an empty car, shove it in the siding. 2 different cars sitting here. First there's going to be a gondola here, and then there's going to be a box car here. So when this car is loaded with scrap and stuff, then this car would be empty, which would be supplying. They'll pull, if they need to just pull the empty out, if the scrap isn't all the way full yet, they'll pull the empty out, shove the empty in the siding right here, push the full loaded boxcar in, or flat car, whatever's being unloaded, to the metal fab building, because they have a lot of metal that comes in here, and machinery, all different types of things. There's going to be activity going on here, and so this, what this is going to do is it's going to be it's going to eliminate a problem that I have here of this corner being too tight. I wedged it in there too tight, so there's going to be a straight piece here. It's going to be flex track, but it's going to be straight, and then this flex is going to curve off that direction. Then there's going to be a left-hand switch that's going to hook into this, and the siding will come to where my GP40 is sitting right now. Okay, so my next thing that I've been working on here a lot is my metal fab building. You can see where that fits right into the spot where it's going to be, and I need to do some work on the black top pad that comes up to the flat pad here. It's I'm going to say that's a truck loading and unloading spot for smaller trucks, and there's going to be some potholes here, like I said, but not like this many. This is going to be pretty much even. And then over here it's going to be cut in, because there's a lot of rock in this area where they cut in the foundation, but they didn't cut this rock out. I'm just going to leave that there. And they do that a lot of times. That holds everything right in place. Instead of busting all this out, they would leave that there, and that's going to hold all this still. And on the other side, I have a little deck which is going to have a few steps going up. That way people can park over here, walk up, and they're staying out of the way of right in the middle of the driveway. This is all going to be parking for tractor trailers, and all kinds of maintenance equipment. And then over here is going to be a house that simulates what the area looks like. It's not going to be exact. On the opposite side of the street, there's a house right here that I have planned to put right in here. It looks almost identical to the house that's there. And also Fort Edward Station is going to go right here, like I've had in the other videos. And then here is going to be the D&H Freight House, and it's abandoned right now, and that's the way it's going to look on this layout, all overgrown here. And then up in that corner, as you can see, I painted this area again because I trimmed it back because I didn't like how it was too high on top and lower on the bottom. Whoops. So I've been doing a little landscaping here and there, not finished, but what it does is it breaks it up for me. These aren't permanent. I just threw these in here to set around. They're going to be somewhere probably. But what I like to do is break things up by, doing a little work on my scenery. Then I tackle a building, leave that go for a while. Then I tackle placing the building, get it set where I want. Then I realize, like I said, I gotta fix something in here, so now I'm back to track work. I also have sunk this track right in here. That's gonna be all filled in real nice, so it looks like the track's been there for, long time, sunken right in. This little siding is working good, except for, I had to redo this switch here. It came apart. The little adapter for the end came off and was knocking everything off the track, so I redid that, and with a tiny bit of super glue. I glued that end on, so that's working perfect. And eventually I got to get back to work with this here. It's my curbing. I know what I'll do. I'll take this piece out, then I'm going to put a pad in the back of it, and that's where the street lights are going to go. Yeah. Thank you for helping me make that decision, folks, because I have extra of this, so I can use that somewhere else. It's not hooked up to anything. So let's pull her out. Okay, and that's how I got it in there, by the way, just with a stick tape. So what I'll do is I'll move the street light back about the space of the sidewalk and put it on a little pad, and then that'll give people enough room to walk. And I noticed that the street lights were hanging way over. This way they'll be more just off to the side a little bit, like a street light actually is. So anyway, that was me playing around with the street light, but trial and error, you know. So, well, let's see, the next thing I was going to tell you about is my bridge. That is about 100 N scale foot. So I need to make 2 sides for that, and I'm probably going to make some kind of mold and pour it out of like hydrocal and make 2 sides and then put them up so it looks like an old concrete bridge that cars go over railroad tracks. Well, you've probably seen them around. They have like tombstone cutouts along the sides. They were real popular back in like the 60s, and that's where the layout is, like 60s, 70s, you know. It's kind of a mixture. I'd say transition era where I want to keep it where it's not too modern and not too old, so somewhere in the middle where anything could look good running on this layout. So that's where I'm at here.